Well, hey there, everyone. Bobby D here with Virtual Event Fundraising, and I am with my friend Kristi Saucerman with Auction Frogs. Kristi, thanks for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about Auction Frogs. Tell us, what sets you apart in the technology fundraising space. What makes Auction Frogs so special?
Okay, well, thanks for having me. Auction Frogs is an event administration company that helps with the fundraising aspects for nonprofits to host their events from end to end. Everything from the event website to host the tickets, the table assignments, the sponsorship sales, to showing up at the event and doing the check-in, the checkout, the invoicing, credit card processing, all the clerking for the silent auction, the live auction, the fund a need, the buy it nows, everything at the event relative to sales. As well as the reconciliation. And we have staffing that shows up at these events, or we teach the client as a DIY and help them do it themselves with some support on the background, either through chat or calls or emails the night of their event. And we help them support their event. And we can offer the online auction solution all the way through the mobile bidding the night of the event. So we offer just true end-to-end event administration and management to help those clients help themselves.
Nice, awesome. So then, what would be kind of the one thing that makes Auction Frogs kind of different? Kind of like what's a little bit of your special sauce?
We're pretty agile, and we work with our clients from the perspective of where are they at today with their fundraisers and where do they want to go. So we look at it from somewhat of a coaching style fundraising, and we can help them pivot from where they're at with their existing processes to help them maximize the strategies, to simplify the processes, to help them optimize the opportunities and really help them raise more money within the room using different strategies or rethinking the way that they do fundraising today. So that's one of the things that really sets us aside is our coaching style that helps them rethink, not necessarily reinvent, but rethink their fundraiser to help them better strategically achieve the results they're looking for.
Okay, so let's kind of rethink a little bit. I mean, now things are definitely evolving, definitely pivoting. We've got this new normal that we're all talking about, and kind of this now what. So, I mean, like me, I'm sure that you've had plenty of events that said, we're going to postpone or we're going to cancel or we're going to change things. Or what would be the best recommendation that you could give to a nonprofit if this just happened, or even in the next, 3-4 weeks, they've got to pivot, they've got to change. What could you offer for the nonprofits that are out there? Give them some advice.
Sure. There's a couple different things that we look at. One is what is their cost recovery method from their strategies with what are they doing today to make money outside of getting the items donated and the live auction and the fund a need and any of the sales at the event, but what ways can we help them look at strategically bringing in additional items, or say wine glasses. Wine glasses are a great example. Having a stemless wine glass that's been printed with their logo on it, right? And you can get a sponsorship, say it's a mortgage company or it's a title company or chiropractor or somebody service-based type industry that would be willing to put small sponsorship dollars towards putting all of their business cards in each one of those cups, as an example. So that sponsorship would pay for the cost of the cup. And then you look at the venue as a vehicle, or potentially another sponsorship that would pay for the drinks for every single cup that's purchased, right? So then you offer the cups for sale, $50, $25, whatever the cost is, because at this point it's pure profit, sponsorship. Now, offering that cup with the logo on it and a business card inside, that's one way to say, and you get a free drink. So you buy the cup, $25, and you get a free drink with it. So now you do the math on it, whether you have 100 cups or you have 48 cups or 200 cups, whatever that is, you've got the cups paid for and a free drink, and you just sold that cup for $25, $50 each. So looking at ways to strategically optimize opportunities. So you can bring in that type of opportunity. Go ahead.
So now we got to think bigger, because now we're not getting together anymore to have the cups and have all the wine together. So how could we take a similar model, or what's a similar idea that we might be able to do within this cost recovery to now apply it to what we call now a virtual event or a virtual gala or whatever? What's an idea?
Online auctions with the live streaming is certainly a way to go. That's tough though in this environment right now. I mean, simply because people aren't in that let's go to an auction and let's buy auction items right now. That's one of the challenges that we're facing. So having a virtual auction and something online is one way to do that, sure. That's a very affordable way to do something without having the venue costs and without having the meal costs, but everybody be at home and watch the auction from a virtual perspective and bid in real time. You could always do that. One of the things that we're seeing a lot of, though, as people are pushing back their events is not so much a virtual auction. I mean, that's short term, you know, but what we've seen a lot of is what we started to do about a year ago, where we developed a matrix that works with nonprofits to help them cooperatively come together as 2 or 3 or 4 like-minded organizations to get together. Then they can cooperatively put the event together and earn the revenue based on accountability of how many sponsors they bring to the table, how many table sales do they have. They can get a larger venue and they can now share costs.
Right.
So based on the way that our system works, we can track the dollars and the people and any of the sponsorships, the items and the sales and everything collectively, and then give the reports based on percentages of earnings back to the nonprofits so that you have this strategy of this cooperation and you can bring in multiple events. And now granted, this doesn't work for everybody, right? But you have a fair amount of organizations that are smaller in size that don't have the large venues that they can afford or have enough of the donors that they could bring in for something like that. So there's a way that we've developed that we can bring these small organizations together and help them earn larger dollars together and bring them together cooperatively.
Wow, I really like that, cooperatively, that collaboration, that becomes that with that, because now you might have, 2 or 3 or 4 kind of like-minded or similar organizations that kind of, encompass kind of the same space, or maybe they're complementary organizations that, that do complement each other. But then now this also creates an opportunity for more education. There'll be new donors that are in there like, oh, I didn't know that they did this, or I didn't know that that group did that, or I didn't even know that group existed. And now we see how everybody works together. So wow, that's a fascinating idea. And I haven't heard that yet. So I love that. That's great.
Yeah, thank you. It works really well, especially, I mean, you get the other side of it, like, oh, we don't want to share our donors, or we don't want to, you have a lot of objections in some of these cases. But at the end of the day, when you can get these like-minded organizations that are cooperative in nature, domestic abuse, there's all these different organizations that work strategically together. They all share a similar donor base anyways. But when you can get each of the organizations to not host one event but independently, but rather host one together, now you've eliminated the need for planning something for 9 months and the stretch on their resources and the amount of, so you bring that all together and you have one auctioneer in a room filled with 600 people, as opposed to, and the costs are all shared with everyone too. So it's a matrix that we've developed that helps them to rethink bringing these things together and helping them optimize the opportunities and strategically maximize those ways to earn revenue together.
Wow. I mean, and that's what we need to do now in this time and space, is to think bigger, think collaboratively. How can we all, help each other? And that's, I mean, that's amazing, to where then everybody, you bring in guests, you bring in sponsors, and then each group kind of percentage wise, kind of gets that all split. But we're all here for a greater cause. We're all here to help this particular community within that. Wow. That's awesome. Okay. So I'm like, still kind of like, okay, I gotta let that soak in for a little bit, but yeah, a lot of great ideas. And that's why we're doing this, to come up with better ideas for nonprofits to think bigger, think, further than just this gala box that, that was. So I love that. So now everybody's going to ask, okay. So, so Auction Frogs, I mean, we know the services that you provide. How much? I mean, what's the investment? And then what's the ROI that a nonprofit could expect?
Sure, it depends. I mean, it always depends. It comes down to the people in the room. There's all kinds of different ways that you can do this. But in terms of the packages that we offer, there's a couple different strategies. One is the true administrative model, where you're already selling tickets. You just need an administrative piece that manages the people and the numbers, right? The dollars earned. So everything from a $395 package, what we call a Bid It Simple. This is just the administrative. You've already sold your tickets. You just upload your people, upload your items, and you can start saving credit cards, checking people in, assigning bid numbers, table assignments. Everything is done just on an administrative level. So $395 is the starter package.
Okay, let's start with that. So is that something that a group could incorporate virtually, in which they can import kind of their tickets already and then kind of just evolve that?
That's right. Yeah, It's just an import feature. everything that they need, everything from, say if they sell their tickets on a third-party site, right? They just download that report, import into our system. Same thing with their items. They can track all their items in an Excel spreadsheet, import it in, or with the administrative credentials, they would be able to start loading and typing in all of their items one at a time.
Wow.
So either way, just the administrative credentials is all they need to log in and do it.
Okay, so next level.
Next level would be the live and silent auction package, which would be everything from ticket sales on a website with an event website that we custom create for them with their branding, their information, their custom content, all their pages, everything from talking about who their auctioneer is, to the venue and what to expect in the agenda, to the ticket sales, the sponsorship sales, and checking people in the door. Their items are already entered in. You can preview the items. You can pre-bid on items. You have pre-event registration, which is what we call the line before the line.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-registering ahead of time. So all of that is included in the live and silent auction package, as well as the check-in, check-out, invoice, credit card processing, silent live auction, reconciliation, all of it. And all-time, real-time reports, as well as a leaderboard projection, which shows real-time earnings throughout the evening, as well as bidder recognition for the auctioneer.
Nice.
So when you're calling out live auction and you call out the bid number, of course, you can see the name.
I love
so
that.
That package is a $995, and it's per event. We don't have a package to say this is our annual package, but when people call us and say we have multiple events in a year, what's our price? We will work with them to figure out what they need.
Okay.
The $995 is the second tier, and if you want to add mobile bidding to either one of those packages, the Bid It Simple or the Live and Silent, it's $1,000 extra.
Okay.
So it's either $13.95 or $19.95.
Okay. Oh, that's easy enough.
Yeah. So there's one other, which is just a straight online auction, which is a freestanding auction virtually online without the need for showing up at an event, without the whole check-in, check-out, buying tickets. Just a freestanding online auction, which is a good alternative, as I was saying, to the virtual events, good alternative with the online bidding, and that is everything from, again, custom website to listing all of your items, your sponsorship recognition, your advertisements, your featuring of items. It's a very good way to just showcase items for sale and promote your event and cause, or not your event. And that's a $695 fee for just virtual online auction.
Wow. Very, very reasonable. So then with that online auction, is there a donate button? Is there a button people can just make a pure donation?
That's right. Pure donation, as well as the ability to text the word, say Bobby D, if you're the cause, text the word Bobby D to our phone number and it'll land you right on that page and you can give and you can bid.
No, wow. See, super simple. And that's kind of where we're thinking about, creating, whether it's a one day kind of, we're getting together for 45 minutes online with a live stream, or a multi-day, here's our auction items, kind of continue to drip campaign through that, of what, our impact is, how you can help, and then click the button, get in, make a donation, buy the auction items, kind of, and so forth. But then so after this, then you're all obviously collecting all the data, the names, the phone numbers, the email addresses, the physical addresses, all of that. And then that lives in that admin panel.
That's right. And the other thing that's really cool with an online auction, or even any of these listings that we have, you have the ability to take a video of the item and upload that per listing. So now, for example, the trip to McCall in Boise, is very popular, cabin in McCall. So now you, Bobby D, could be talking about this cabin in McCall and look at this video. It's a beautiful view, and here's a boat that you get to use, and it's a 5-bedroom home, and it's this and it's that. So you could use a video in place of pictures, as well as pictures, and the description for the item, so you can really showcase the item available to bid on. So you can use that in tandem too.
Excellent. Good. Okay, so here in kind of wrap up, well, what's kind of one tip or one nugget that you could give nonprofits to kind of, I guess, give them some optimism, within this? I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, this is happening. Maybe you've already had this conversation. Like what could be like a next step or a valuable step that a nonprofit could take to move forward if their event is now postponed or canceled or evolving or pivoting?
I think there's a couple of strategies that can be taken. One is just the pure donation page, as we talked about, text the word and the cause's name and to this phone number, land on a page where you watch a video about why we're here, what we're doing to help our community and what our cause is and what we're doing as the nonprofit can speak to it, have the ability to just have a page and give. That's one way to do it.
Nice.
The other is if you actually have a silent auction that was planned in these next couple of weeks, So
Right.
you could look at doing just a freestanding online auction and take that silent auction effort and put that into an online strategy
Right.
where you're still going to have your live event in, say, the fall or another date. Look at cooperatively coming together with other organizations to create this opportunity as well. And then have your live auctions, obviously, still be your live auction event, but take that silent auction where you traditionally don't make as much money as a bundled group of items, wrap them or unwrap them and put them all into an online auction, individually listed.
Nice.
So you can help to start to maximize some of those dollars that you otherwise are leaving on the table right now.
Awesome. So good. Good. Well, thank you for spending some time with me virtually here today. I mean, this definitely is the new normal, and we've definitely given some now what nuggets, within all of this. So I just, I wish you all the best in this kind of, I call it the new opportunity, to evolve within this. So thank you again. Best wishes to all, of you and your team. I know you're working as hard to help as many nonprofits as you can across the nation. So
yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
yeah, definitely. All right. Well, again, Kristi Saucerman with Auction Frogs. I'll make sure that I put all of her information down below. Please, connect with her. But again, my name is Bobby D with Virtual Event Fundraising and Inspire Hearts Fundraising. I want to thank you all so much for being a part of this, and it's going to be okay. What you do matters. Continue to be awesome, and we all are working together to make this world a better place. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.